evening, everyone. The doctor is in, and I want to thank the Chosen Prime for allowing me to review this figure. This is Maketoys Katana, the third-party version of Blades, part of Defensor, or Maketoys Guardia. This is one of the limbs, obviously, and the cockpit there, you do have a little bit of the visible head syndrome. I think it's a very nice design. However, if this was a real helicopter, it probably wouldn't operate very well because the rotor blades would hit each other, as you can see there. But that's a minor flaw. As you can see here, the rotor blades on top will become a weapon. That's pretty clear that it's a sword. It is on a ball joint. It is slightly tiltable. Not that you need to do that. For transformation, we're going to take this off and set it aside. And we'll start with the underneath. You can clearly see his arms and hands under there. The first one is a little bit difficult to unpeg. But once you get that out, the second one is much easier. There's definitely a lot of tabs in these figures, so we'll have to get some of these untabbed, flipped around, and then it will tab in as well there very well. Again here, flip it around. From the top there, we will get this piece loose. Very tight figure, like so, and then we'll get the nose of the helicopter flipped around back like that and get this pushed back out of the way. You can see our head there. We're gonna flip the back half of the helicopter 180 degrees, and there's the legs. And these will become the feet, so we'll just, the legs are pegged together very well, as well as the back half of the helicopter. You just have to get everything unpegged so you can separate them. And then these legs kind of extend similar to the Hasbro Combiner War figures, and then there's a tab way back there that you have to sort of pull out laterally to move. It's easier to get in than it is to get out. You have to put quite a bit of lateral force so you can pop it out of that black piece and then rotate it down for the transformation back, but then you heard it snap in there. We'll do the same thing. Actually, you have to get this unpegged as well, and then flip that down, get it in place, get these kneecaps up, flip in the shins, open up the feet, and rotate these fins back out of the way. You're supposed to get these pieces flipped around. There's a peg there. There's those two holes. You can peg it in on either side, like so. And then we will adjust the arms. Actually, rotate those around. I forgot to do that before. Rotate those around. And then adjust the arms like so. And then the hands do come out a little bit. You can see, get a close-up there. There is the peg that will pop out 2 clicks, like so. There we go. And there you have Katana in robot mode. Up, like so, and they will pop off. So you like that just popped off. They do, it's by design, and I'll show you why in a minute. You can get that in position, pop it back in, and then you can fold up your sword completely like so. You'll notice in the pictures I have in the video, I have them posed like with this sword like this, which is actually it doesn't look very good at all. It's kind of silly. But what I believe you're supposed to do is take the one blade with the handle out, and then you can pose him with the one blade. Now, just like the rotor blades were attached on a ball joint to the top of the helicopter there, the remaining 3 rotor blades are actually sort of like a sheath for the sword. And they will attach to this port here. The only problem is that these tail fins of the helicopter get in the way. So if you want to use the sheath, what I would recommend is just flipping that back out of the way, and then you can pop this in very tightly, and then you can take his sword and stow it away there in its little sheath. Like so. And then he has his guns here. That he can hold. I'll only put one in there. But this is, I think the robot mode is very nice. I think some people would be bothered by, I'm going to pop this off because it'll make it easier for me to show you his articulation. I think some people will be bothered by these tail fins back here, kind of kibbly, and maybe also the backpack. But he's very well articulated. The head is on a ball joint. He can look up, slightly down, all around. And his arm just popped out of the socket and just pop it back in. His shoulders are on ball joints. He has bicep swivels. He's got double jointed elbows. His wrists do swivel as well. He has waist articulation. Ball jointed hips, thigh swivels, single jointed knees, and his ankles are on ball joints. So he's quite a bit of posability. Okay, so now we are going to take Katana and transform him into limb mode. We're going to sort of fold up the legs. Like so. This will tab into the white piece there to kind of stabilize it. And like I said, that tab on the inside of the leg that I talked about earlier is a little bit scary. I've done it numerous times, and like I said, it seems pretty strong. So although it would be something I would be concerned about eventually breaking with a lot of force. Because you do have to put quite a bit of force to get it undone. We're going to put these two halves together. Sort of like transforming it back into the helicopter. We're going to rotate these arms around like so. We're going to take this gray piece here and rotate it around in the opposite direction. We're also going to take, you can see that there's a double joint in there that we're just going to extend like so. And we're going to take the nose of the helicopter and flip it around like that. That will expose the connection port for the shoulder. And then the arms, we're going to flip these down on either side. And then you're going to push the fists back in 2 clicks. And then what you want to get lined up is we'll get these rotated 180 degrees. So we want to line up that slot with these tabs in here. And then they don't really stay in very well, so I just kind of I don't force them anymore. I just kind of fold it up and leave it there like so. And then we're going to these actually will we'll leave these feet like that to leave this part exposed, because this is where the fist is going to go once we get it. It doesn't come with this figure. And then we can rotate this 90 degrees as well as that and this. And there is your elbow joint for your arm. And then finally, I'm just going to set that down for a minute. We'll take our rotor blades here and we're going to open them up. Put the sword back, pop it back in. And then you can take your rotor blade and pop it back in like so. And there you have what we can make of the limb mode right there. So there you go. There is Katana in all 3 of its modes. I will be reviewing High Med next. So thanks again to the Chosen Prime for giving me this this figure to review. I hope you enjoyed this review. Thanks for watching. The Doctor is out.